I'm Gallo, and I am a senior at Wilbur-Cross High School. I am against the curfew, and I think this topic has shifted. I don't think a curfew is really going to stop the violence. We are, you guys are trying to stop the violence. A curfew is not going to do that. The kids who are in the streets, who are shooting people, who are selling drugs, I mean, if they're doing that, you guys think that because you put a law, they're gonna stop? They're not. They're really not. The kids, I think the kids who are here are really the kids who care and who are doing good and who don't, go in the streets. We are not the ones shooting people. We are the ones who are in school, doing art, doing sports. We are the ones who have jobs. We're the ones who, are going to be affected. We're the innocent ones who are doing good in school and who are going to pay for other kids, who really don't care about their future. If you go out in the streets and if you are selling drugs and if you shoot somebody, you really do not care about yourself or your future. I honestly think that it's more of an issue of parents. You are, with a curfew, you are basically telling bad parents who, if your kid is on the street at 12 and it's a week, a weeknight and you have to go to school tomorrow, what makes you think that that parent is going to care just because there's a law? If they don't care now, if they don't care if their kids are out doing whatever they're doing, if they don't know what their kids are doing now, what makes you guys think that with a curfew they are? Honestly, I don't think that with a curfew, I don't think anything is going to be resolved. I think that the kids who are here are the kids who are going to suffer. And I think that is very unfair. Honestly, I think that is very unfair. I don't think that the curfew is the answer. And I do agree with everyone, more extracurricular activities, more funding. We have no money to do what we want to do. I know New Haven is a city who can have, we have Yale. Yale is one of, D1 university, and we have so much money, we have other programs. Where's the money for the high schools? Where's the money to do more sports? You guys want us kids to come up with solutions? Give us a little bit of money, see what we can come up with. How about that? How about give us a chance, give us an opportunity to show you what we can do? And I really don't think that, like I said before, curfew is going to help at all. I think that the bad kids, the kids who do have jobs, and jobs do go till 11 o'clock. Kids, New Haven is a city where honestly their families struggle, and some kids do have to go out there and work, and to try to support their little brothers and sisters because honestly their parents don't care. So you're going to tell a kid who's trying to help out their family, or you're going to tell a kid who's trying to get a scholarship by doing sports that they have to be home at 11 or 10, even worse. I know for a fact that practice goes on until 8. If you don't have a car, you have to catch the bus. Some kids live very far away. I don't get home until 9, honestly, myself. What if I miss the bus? I'm going to get arrested because I'm out in the street at 10?
How would you shape it up, being that you're mentioning all the things that the good kids are doing? So you will say, just play the devil's advocate here and ask to find out what you really are saying is, so if a student, a child ages, 10 to 17, is in the after-school program, is doing sports, okay? They're working or doing any other activities within a certain criteria that fits it. If they're after 10 and involved in that, that will be safe. But on the other hand, for those that are doing nothing, and it's provided that there's more programs, there's more centers, there's more activities, that there's more jobs, would you agree that a curfew is important?
Back to like you, sir, told me that it wasn't an arrest. But if, I'm just at a bus stop and it's, happens to be 10, and if a cop comes up to me, asks me to go home, it's just another, I think it's like stereotyping me. Because if I'm just there and I know that I'm not a bad child, and if, if it's just because it's New Haven, if I'm at Structure, I bet you I could stand at a bus stop at 10. If I was at Guilford, I bet you that I could stand at a bus stop at 10. And there are violence that happens in all those other cities. I do understand that New Haven, does bring more violence, but like I said, I don't think a curfew is the answer. And back to your question about if, the kids who are doing the good stuff, if I think that, I mean, you are telling, me that I can't do the stuff that I've been doing because there are other kids out there that are selling drugs and, shooting people. I just think it's unfair. And, I would understand where you're coming from, but I just think that you can't stereotype New Haven kids. Because just like there's good kids in Guilford, there's good kids in New Haven. Just like there's bad kids in New Haven, there's bad kids at Guilford. So I think that it's very hard to describe it, but I think that I'll just be, you guys are just stereotyping.
From high school, I'm a junior. And what I would like to say is, I'm not an honor student, but I'm not a bad student. I get good grades. I go home at a decent time. I don't like this curfew law because if I do spend the night somewhere, or if I do try and get somewhere, like she said, if I do miss a bus, you're gonna give me a citation of $75 because I missed a bus trying to get home on time to go to my house to be in by 10 o'clock. So then I'm gonna get a citation? That doesn't make sense to me. And plus, I do track. I go to First Media at the school. Youth Steps Fun goes there. That's a program that I'm involved with. I don't get home until 7 or 8 o'clock. I go home, I do my homework, and then I wanna go outside, go with my friends, chill, chillax at their house, and maybe even out on the porch, or we're staying there and we're singing or dancing in the street, because that's what we do, we funny. So, I do my homework. I try. I'm a good student. I'm a good child to my mother. My mother's a good parent. And like the other people say, we have really nowhere to go. Youth Rights Media is the only place that I currently know that we can go to enjoy ourselves and actually learn what's out there. We're doing PSA to get there and to know, let people our age know what's out there and what's going on. We do documentaries to tell people about stuff that's going on in New Haven, and people actually come and attend them and to articulate and to understand what's going on out there. So if we propose this law and it gets passed, that's going to affect, like everybody has said, the good students, the good kids. The bad people, the bad kids, they don't care at all. So if they're out there and they're doing all this stuff right now, they're not going to care about some dumb law that's going to sit there and if it's enforced, okay, so what then? People are still going to pay the fine, especially the ones that's doing drugs and the ones that's selling drugs. They have the money in the dough to just come out and to pay. And after the first offense, what, $99? People don't have money to pay that, and they're still going to break it. So what's going to happen if they don't pay their fine? Are they going to get arrested? No. So what's this law for? This law is not protecting us. Like people stated, violence is unpredictable. It can happen at any time. People can get, I can walk down the street right now and get hit by a bus. I can walk somewhere and say something that somebody might not like and get shot. There's always a reason that somebody gets shot. It's not just because, oh, I don't like what you're wearing. It's not that. There's a reason why people get shot. Mostly it's gang violence. People our age have nowhere to go at all. Only a couple places. And like you said, the Boys and Girls Club, that just started last week, the 22nd. It's $20 to join, and it's until when? May 21st? The 31st, sorry. Thank you. It's till the 31st. What's going to happen from May 31st all the way till it starts up again? This summer, I worked. And after I got off of work, I went home, did nothing. Because there's nothing else for me to do. I got out at 1 o'clock, I worked. I didn't make a lot of money, but I love working because I work with people my age here at Cross at the Scholars Academy program. And I actually help them and tutor them. But my point is, this law is not going to solve. It's not going to do or solve anything at all. It's probably going to make things worse because people are going to start acting out and then they're going to start rebelling and then you're going to make even more laws to sit there and try to confine us into this time management from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sunday through Saturday. It doesn't make any sense at all. I'm done.
O'clock at night, we're supposed to be in our houses. You think violence can't occur in our houses? People do drive-bys all the time. People get shot in their houses. What's the solution to that? You want people to live their life in fear of going outside past 10 o'clock? When they graduate high school and go off to college, what do they do then? Where are your laws going to be? They're not going to be with them. Last resort, it definitely should be. Unless like everybody is dying, every kid is dying, I don't see why we should have to go to sleep. Go to our houses by 10 o'clock. I feel as if you're here with the people that are doing good. Why aren't you out there on the streets with the people that are the ones that are shooting people up? What are we doing? Nothing, going to school, getting an education. I think that the parents should be accountable for their kids. Maybe if a parent didn't have to work so hard to make ends meet, they'll be there disciplining their kids. Maybe they should get paid more money. The rates of jobs should go up. What's going on? I hear that it's $250 million a day spent on the war in Iraq. Why can't we build a recreational center that's multi-purpose for our kids in New Haven? What's going on? More money is spent to keep an inmate in jail than to keep a kid in school. What's going on? That's crazy. And I do understand what you say about paying $20 to attend an after-school program. I see it. People buy Jordans for much more, but they don't pay money to go to an after-school program. That's understandable. However, but it's like you were saying, they're good and bad. They're good kids, they're bad kids. I don't understand why you're even sitting in this auditorium with all these good kids. Why? Where are the bad kids? That's who we need to be reaching. That's who we need to be talking to. What do they do? I think, what is this going to work out? We're going to sit here, we're going to talk, and they're going to make the decision that they want to make anyway. What's going on? I just don't understand why you guys, are doing this. You can't do this to us. You just can't do it. It's ridiculous. I feel like the bad kids out there should get truancy officers that are checking up on them to see what's going on in their lives, because obviously kids aren't bad for no reason. It's got to be psychological or something going on in their home that they don't want to be at home. That's why they're out on the streets. And like they said, fines. If you're selling drugs, you shooting people, taking their stuff, you could afford to pay that fine. So what you gonna do then when they pay it? They're gonna be right there on the street corner again, paying the fine and shooting people up. What's going on? I feel like I'm doing phones. Teens are gonna rebel. Hello? But that's what we do. That's what you did. That's what your parents did. We're gonna be bad sometimes. You can't hold us down. It's nothing you can do. You gonna put us in jail, we gonna come out. It's nothing. I wanna know what you guys would do if you had a curfew. Do you think you'd be sitting on this board right now? What's going on? It's so many things. We need a multi-purpose recreation center that is supervised in our city, that kids can go and do whatever they want for free. For free. I don't understand what's going on, people. You want to sit up here and ask us questions. We don't have any money to do anything. They're abandoned buildings. We could turn those into centers. We could turn those into everything. What is going on? Why can't we get some money
scared that they're going to shoot you or rob you? What's going on? What's going on? Why can't you go out there and talk to them? We're obviously doing the right thing. We're intelligent. That's why we're here and speaking about how we feel. We're not shooting out. We're not shooting anybody. Well, I speak for myself because I don't know if they shoot nobody. Now, I don't understand. It's not fair to the good kids. It's not fair to us. Why should we be badgered? Why? Why? There's no reason. We're not the ones that are out there committing the crime for staying out.
Are there any comments or questions? I guess I agree with you. I wish that there were other people here tonight besides all of you. I am thrilled that you kids are here. And everybody in this community was invited. It was on television, it was in the newspaper, it was talked about all over. And it's very gratifying to all of us that so many young people came out. And it's also very gratifying to all of us that we have met here last night and tonight so many wonderful leaders in the youth community. I agree with you. The majority of people who have come to talk to us, if not everyone that has come to talk to us, are young, articulate, intelligent, prepared, terrific kids. And we're pleased about that. I wish that we had also had some kids that were in trouble, that were not as articulate, that didn't feel as at home to be able to get up and speak in front of a large number of people. I wish we had. But I think all of us are puzzled and concerned and worried. You are, and so are we, about how to reach those young people, how to talk to them, and how to be able to get them to talk to us. So you are so right that yes, there's leadership people here, there's kids that are going to go places. Every single one of the kids who've gotten up here is going to go places in this world. And I wish we had some kids that were struggling and worried about because they were not going to go places except to jail or to get killed. So this is a problem for all of us. How do we reach those young people? How do we find them? They are probably people whose parents have, just as you've all said, neglected them, not paid attention, and it may not have been the parents' fault. They may have been struggling with poverty, they may have been struggling with drugs, but there are victims, really, and the kids that are doing this shooting are also victims because they are not here tonight because they don't feel comfortable, because they don't feel they can get up and speak and be heard, and maybe they don't even know how to express themselves. So this is the problem that all of us, all of you, and the teachers, and the aldermen, and the city, and every social service agency is worried about. Is just what you pointed out. How do we reach those children?
I think that sitting behind the desk, no offense, I'm not trying to, but if you're sitting behind the desk in a school, like, who are you going to reach but the good kids? You have to go out in the community. That's where it's happening. That's where you should be able to leave your meeting. That's where it should be. That's how you reach them. How do you reach them? You speak to them like you're speaking to us. They're people too.
Alex.